Okay, so here we are. We're about to tackle the two
of the three of the Monadhliath. Monadhliath, not the TH.
Yeah. See, I can never get pronunciations right, as you all know. So yeah, we spent the night in the new to us camper van. It started this morning, so that's an improvement over last time. And yeah, we're just gonna head off and
we came up with half notion of doing the three of them, but we're not even remotely early enough. There's a bit of a pattern, so
there is a pattern.
We're just going to do the two at this side and come back another time for the other one.
Yeah, so we'll catch up with you later.
So we're just about to head up the track here. Follows a land road track a fair bit, and then it crosses over the river further up. If we were going to do the three of them, we would set off in that direction to get the faraway one, Carngerrig, first. And then this would be the way that we would come back down if we were doing the loop. But we're just going to head up there. Yeah. To get that one, we forgot the sunglasses. So that warranted a return visit. There we go.
I think that's the first view of the first target right there. And
Achellach.
You know? Achellach. So yeah, let's get cracking. Cracker of a day though. Storm's loving every moment of it. Okay. We're gonna have to delayer soon. We're both boiling.
Roasting.
Alright. Look at that behind us. What a gorgeous day. That would actually be a good photo. Okay, so just carrying on. We're not sure if we see the tin shack on the left there or if it's further along. There's a red roof tin shack that's a bit of a shelter halfway up the hillside. But I think it must be further along. But we'll find out.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
I'm just seeing things, which is par for the course. Anyway, what a beautiful day, beautiful track. So far very easy. Bit squidgy underfoot, but
it's very wet underfoot.
yeah, but it was chucking it down last night when we got here.
A lot more rain than what we anticipated.
Yeah,
which again, that was part of our decision not to do the three, because the whole thing is fairly boggy, but after rain it's going to be rubbish.
Yeah. If we went to the far one, it would be quite wet. Just beautiful weather today.
Yeah.
But wet up ahead. Suddenly got boggy. Into the path and out across the bog. So we have to cross the river down there somewhere. I think I just saw people go over actually. Oh, storm's desperate to get going. So we decided just to cut back across from the machine path back down to this path, which I think is the way that people seem to go. So we'll just follow this along, I think. I'm going to stay to the right of it for now. Wow, the river's totally in spate. Boggy.
Up to the ankle.
Up to the ankle in your boots. See, I put gaiters on. Fiona doesn't like gaiters.
Yeah.
So, I'm wearing my fetching gaiters. Alright, it's boggy, wet, sort of expected. Just pick your way across. Multitude of paths.
It's quite funny. I was just actually thinking, the sort of roughness of this bit of the path. A couple of years ago we'd have been horrified.
And now you're just skipping across it.
Yeah, whatever.
Up to your ankles in muck.
It's interesting, the sort of progress in terms of what you're willing to put up with.
Progress as humans, because we can now walk through mud without hating every moment of it.
Yeah.
Maybe just that's because you get to go up these lovely things.
Well, I think that's a big part of it, isn't it? The reward at the end of it is worth it.
Lovely.
But also, when we started doing our kind of walking, it was all on very sort of well-made paths. Groomed paths, that's the one.
Okay.
It's nice to do stuff that's a bit more remote.
Yes, it certainly is. And this is I mean, other than the muckiness, you can see it. This is a lovely day, lovely path. If it hadn't been chucking it down last night, I don't think this would be nearly as wet. But anyway, let's keep going. We should probably check the map in a minute. Can just see up on the hill the red tinned shack. Someone called it a bothy. I guess it is a bothy, but there's a bench in there apparently, and you can shelter in there if the weather's bad. So let's keep going. Look at all the water splashing up from Fiona's boots. It is so wet. Alright, this river's definitely in speed.
Yeah, I don't think we're crossing there.
No, we're kind of across here. But there was something about a bridge, I thought. So I think I remember a mention of a footbridge of sorts up here. So here's hoping, although all the people that have gone in front of us have gone, so there must be some way to cross up here. So very wet.
Yeah.
So I don't think there is a bridge, I think there's a ford. I think the bridge is if we're going counterclockwise doing all three of them. So there's the
Look at that.
Fiona's drowning.
Drowning. Yep, okay.
Right,
And reverse.
Let's work our way over here. Come on, Storm. Wow. Very, very wet. Ooh. There we go. This marooned. That's her going back. She's had enough. Well, that's it. I'm out of here. She's probably found a drier spot. But as I mentioned before, I've got gaiters on. So, you know, while not strictly waterproof, they help enormously. Poor Fiona's feet must be soaking. Look at all the water. I thought you'd given up, you'd turned round to go home.
My legs are not as long as yours.
Yeah.
I can't just go galumping through.
Galumping, that's what it is. Galumping?
Galumping.
Galumping.
Galumping through the water.
Right, let's galump our way along here. What a wonderful word. Okay. Oh look, a dry bit. You could actually pitch a tent here.
You could put a tent up, absolutely.
Yeah.
All
okay.
right.
Wow. There's the ford. Huh. I think we're going to have to go upstream a fair bit.
It's a no. It's an absolute no.
So we're going to continue on upstream and see if we find something, I think. If we can cross there. River's in spate. So, we'll just keep following this. You can see where other people have walked up this way. And hopefully we can cross. Because that's our target up there on the other side. Okay. Check in with you later. We're certainly not crossing here.
Definitely not.
Anyway, we're just following the side of the river on the OS maps. It does show a footbridge up here, but I have my doubts as to whether or not it's still there. But either way, the further up we go, the less water is flowing, although it doesn't quite look like it just now. This may just end up by being a walk in the moors today. Storm, this way. Come on. Okay, there's our footbridge. You see the stone sides. It's obviously not there anymore, but we are back on a trail of sorts. Our second target of the day is back there, so not sure we mentioned earlier, we were wondering if maybe we just see how tough it is just to keep on going up this way. And, good point, the maps that we downloaded to our phones, at least mine, actually ends right here, because we should actually be up the mountain back there, crossing where that tin shack was. So this is why we bring paper maps. They cover a much larger area.
Yeah.
So might put that out.
I'm just going to point out that mine is still downloaded.
Oh, so, there you go. Fiona's is
so
still
downloaded.
Right. So we're okay.
But it is an important thing to be mindful of. Like right here, I don't know about you, I've turned off my data. There was no signal, so I'd put it into flight mode. But if you find yourself at the edge of your map,
what do you do?
What do you do?
That's actually one reason why we're not big fans of the Harvey maps for the East Highland Way, West Highland Way.
Because it only gives you a limited section.
Yeah, it's only the strip of the trail that you're on, and if you go off trail, you can very easily get off the map and not know where you are. So anyway,
but I downloaded quite a large area.
See, I just did download the route.
Yeah.
So there's another key point: download much more area than we need. But we have a paper map deliberately. So are we just going to?
Well, we'll keep going on. Like there's ceilings up there.
Yeah.
And then eventually you get to the head of the quarry, and we can climb up towards the other one if it looks doable.
Well, as we get further up, the river is getting smaller and smaller.
It is getting smaller.
So we might get to a point where we can cross.
Well, yeah, but we're going to have to make a decision, because if we cross, do we go all the way back to that track, or do we just keep pressing on up there?
I think we just keep heading on, This could be a very long day.
And a very unsuccessful day is a possibility too.
Absolutely. Of course, I did see other people cross the river, but I'm just not willing to take that risk.
I'm not doing that. It's not happening.
All right. That's what we're going for. Do you see the path? Me neither. All right, let's get going. More bog. That was supposed to be number one up there, but I mean, if we could cross, we could get back on it. But currently, we're going to continue going upstream unless we see a great place to cross. And see if we can't go around that way. And then it turns out there is possibly a bridge further down nearer the car, which is not the way any of the routes go that we've seen, but that could be our way back.
Yeah, it might be a viable way back.
But the nice thing, the thing that's making me feel comfortable, is I just saw somebody else's fresh boot print in front of us. So some of the people that have left this morning haven't crossed, and they're continuing up here. So we're not completely crazy. Well, we are completely crazy. And of course, the weather is closing in.
It is closing in, so we're going to have to keep reassessing as we go and making sure that we're making good decisions.
This could be one of those videos where we splash failure all across it as clickbait to get people to click.
I was actually just thinking that, like, we will get to a point where we've got to decide if we keep going or if we turn back, because we are on much shorter daylight hours.
Yeah.
It's going to be starting getting dark a little after 3.
Yep.
And so while we're still pretty early in the day, we're not high yet, so...
Yeah, I mean, the reality is we got 3 hours before my watch buzzes and says it's sunset in an hour.
Yeah.
So,
part of my thinking is, like, however long it's taken us to get to this point, we'll need at least half of that time to get back. You're usually a bit quicker on the way back, but,
Yeah.
That would be if it was good paths and we knew exactly what we were doing, which we don't. So.
Yeah, this stuff's very slow. We keep checking the map. I keep checking the map. So, but if we could get across,
it's just there. It's like
is our first one right there.
Yeah.
There is a path in there. Maybe we should walk down there to see if we see a spot.
Maybe we should.
And then we just heather bash over to where the original path was. I think if we go up and around that way, the way we have the map, I think it's going to take us 3 hours to
Well, I
do
think
the
so. And
summits.
that, you know, we can easily go up Monadhliath and up onto Carnscullen, but that's going to take us quite a bit off route to do that. And as we just discovered, the edge of my map is round about the summit of Monadhliath.
Yeah, so the edge of Fiona's map is actually up here. So, but we do the paper map because we always have the paper map. All right, let's go check this out. Let's see if we can find a place to cross. I think I would prefer that rather than going up over Monadhliath, but who knows? Let's see.
Well, there is a sort of faint track just over there, but whether that's a crossing point or animal track, I don't know.
Deer or people or a combination thereof, we don't know.
We just don't know.
Beautiful scenery.
It's beautiful.
That's
good for the soul.
Good for the soul. That's just it. We're having a lovely day out in the hills. Okay, so we've just come along the edge here, and we had to sort of scramble along here, but there was some fresh rock
slippage.
If we end up by coming back this way because we decide not to go any further, we're going to go up and over because see that rock? It looks quite precarious. So,
well, there's a lot of loose ground there, lots of rock, and it's a very rocky soil.
Yeah. The soil.
There's no grip in it.
Yeah, but so I mean, we did it. It was no problem. But I just don't think it's safe to do it again with that big boulder there and some fresh dumpage, some fresh spoil at the bottom.
And one of the key sort of factors in crossing over the water at this time of year is, like, you know, there's plenty of rocks that are visible, but the water is high and going over it quite quickly, and because it's this time of year, it's going to be very slippery on the rocks. There's not going to be a lot of purchase. So with the speed of the water and the slipperiness of the rocks, you know, that's not something I'm willing to risk. It's just a no.
I don't want to take a risk. Plus, see the snow patches. The water's pretty darn cold. So, right, let's just keep going.
Keep going.
Oh no!
It's not quite. Almost a soaker, but
almost
not quite.
A soaker. We were almost yelling out soaker. All right, let's just keep going. Beautiful scenery though. If nothing else, what a lovely, lovely day. And some beautiful hills. All right, Storm's got a bit of vertebrae from something. Very old. Probably shouldn't let her have it, but she's carrying it along. When we stop, she takes a wee punch and then she just carries it. Oh, my lord, this is tough going over this stuff. And look at it. Thank goodness for gaiters, that's all I've got to say.
Yeah. Congratulations.
We came up high, away from the river.
We did.
There was another landslip there. It wasn't as bad as the last one, but we just thought, let's not take any chances. It gives us a chance to get a view of the lay of the land. And, you know, our first target, we're sort of coming alongside it now. So just not sure. It's just so much water.
Just over that way there is Land Rover track.
And this is the quarry here ahead of us, and it'll just be a complete bog fest.
It's so wet here.
Yeah.
It's there is no dry.
And the river's still really high.
Yeah. You can see all these places where people have possibly crossed
in the
when
past.
It's less.
So shall we head up that way?
Well, let's see if we can pick up that track.
Pick up the track.
Yep.
Storm, are you enjoying your vertebrae?
She started destroying it already.
She's been carrying that for ages. Okay, we've found a spot to stand that isn't in 3 inches of water.
Or more.
Or more. Yeah, so we did actually just see some people
just
up over here. Ah, good 10 minutes ago now.
Yes. So they clearly have gone over.
I think they were the people that were in front of us ages ago. So that might have been the boot prints that we saw. But anyway, so it's up over here. But it is getting on. I mean, we're only 3 hours from
darkness.
Well, maybe
Well,
3.5, 4 hours
From the sun going
darkness.
down. Yeah, I'm just conscious of the height of the sun in the sky, and it's kind of,
Yeah, but
you know.
I just want to show you this view. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but you can see all the beautiful fields and everything else down towards Newtonmore that way.
It was quite a lovely reveal, wasn't it, when we
Oh,
got
it was a
up here?
beautiful reveal.
It was
you
just
know?
beautiful.
We're just sort of hiking through this stuff, we've got wet feet, we're tired, and then we come up over the top and we see that. So when we come back, we need to be on the right side of this. And this path that is up here is over here, which is on the left side of that. So it's no good for us for going back down. Just what beautiful scenery now. I think we need to decide what we're going to do. Not sure what we're going to do. I don't really want to be out here at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when the sun is well, the sun will be behind the mountains.
I don't want to be
4 o'clock.
guessing in the dark on ground like this, because it's too rough.
Yeah.
There's too many areas where you could put your foot and break it.
Yeah, it's very peat hag. There's no paths here.
Yeah.
I do actually see the path now, I think, that we're aiming for. Let's bring you around. So it is right up there.
Yeah, I mean, that is where they were going, and that would take you round to the other one. I certainly read descriptions of people coming back this week, but
yeah. Well, let's.
I don't think we've made an early enough start to be doing this. Is
No.
my guess.
No, and the clouds have not lifted off the tops. They sort of were skirting the tops, but they're coming in. I think we go for another wee while, and then sort of decide if the path eases up and we get some speed on.
Yeah. Well,
That's not
that's
so
it.
bad,
We're not
right?
fast enough to
It's
be.
just we're so slow in this boggy peat hag stuff over here.
And we're
And
drenched.
and we're drenched, yeah. even with the gaiters, I've got one soaking wet boot. Of course, Fiona has two soaking wet boots, so the gaiters
Well,
are 50%.
one is more soaking than the other, to be fair.
Right. Yeah, I don't know why my one is completely soaking, but it could have something to do with it's like walking through a loch.
Yeah,
except
basically.
there's moss on top of it. So.
Well, and it's like you don't even notice if you're walking over it so much. It's just wet that you're splashing through. But as soon as you stand still, you're sinking down into standing water.
Hence, look for the white moss, this sort of stuff, because it's always a little bit drier. Right, let's keep going and see how far we get. All right, so change of plan. We decided we're not going to go for these two summits. It's too late in the day.
It's too late. The weather's not good enough. It's too wet.
It's too slow.
It's too slow,
The going is too slow. The day's too short.
There's too many things could go wrong at this juncture.
Yeah, you have to sort of decide, okay, I've got 10 things that could go wrong. Oh, now I've got 15 things that could go wrong. All right, maybe we should do it.
Look at these strands of light, shafts of light coming through the cloud there. It's just beautiful.
It really is lovely.
And the sort of white patches that you can see just in front here, this is snow and ice and melting ice. And even with all of that, it's still really, really wet. It's no drier than what we've just come through. But yeah, up there, all of this is just cloud. It's getting really dark. It's probably going to start raining. So I'm very glad at this juncture that we've not traced on. As they always say, the hills will be there another day. Yeah,
absolutely.
And we just get to come back and see all this loveliness again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gloves on.
Gloves on. Yeah, I'm still quite warm actually.
Yeah.
But it is getting colder.
Getting cold.
That's for sure.
Sun's going behind the cloud, and there's a breeze, and we've got lots of ice and stuff.
And was there anything else you wanted to say? Did I say it all? Did I steal all your words?
I think you got all my thunder.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Oh, storm. Stop. Okay, we'll go this way. Through the peat hags, la la la. All right. Bit slippery. You okay?
It's a bit slippery, like you said.
Yeah. You alright?
Oh yes.
Oh dear.
It was a soft landing.
We got a soaker. Right. I think I want to get out on the left side of this this hang, because I think it sort of cuts over here. So, alright, let's keep going. Okay, it's been I don't know, it's been a wee while since we last spoke to you about our new plans, and this is just relentless bog. We're both
we're soaked.
completely soaked.
I am approaching soaking up to my knees. It's just funneling up. This is where gaiters would be such a good plan.
Gators, remember that. So over here we've got the red roof tin shack things. We're almost back level with that. So I think what we'll do is we'll keep going in this direction to the Beelach. It does look like there is a track.
Well, it looks like
there.
we're on a very faint ATV track going across the way.
We are
so,
here, but it's very faint. But from that Beelach, there is a track down
that goes
to
down.
The track that we came in on.
So
let's go there.
And again, because we're at the edge of my downloaded map now, so I don't have proper detail for this. But again, we could bring out the paper map, but we're just kind of eyeballing it as we go.
We'll go down to that Beelach and decide there if we want to go on up to that peak, which I think would be nice, but it's getting cold and dark.
Yeah.
Clouds are coming in.
Yeah.
Or get to that Beelach and we go right, because it is really, really wet. Storm is the only one.
Wet,
Storm is the only one not complaining.
Aye. I now have a swimming pool inside my boots.
A swimming pool?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it heated?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Good for warmth.
Good. So Fiona's got a heated swimming pool inside both of her boots.
Both my boots.
I have a heated swimming pool inside one of my boots. All right, I think we should get going, because there is heavy cloud coming in. I'll show you that one more time. The sun is disappearing behind cloud. It'll probably clear up a little bit again, but the forecast this afternoon is for showers moving through.
And the winds are going to start to pick up. That's the other thing.
Yeah, it's actually quite cool.
So the clouds are chasing us down the hill.
Right, let's. Yeah, they are. All right, let's get going. So here we are down at the Beelach, mostly. Always lock gates behind you. Very important.
Nice one for latch and locks.
There you go. Latch and locks is watching. There's a nice old rusty one. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we decided not to do, and it's all really dark cloud up there.
Yeah.
So I'm quite pleased.
I'm glad not to be up there just now. To be fair.
So I think at this point it's getting cold. The sun is literally disappearing, and the dark clouds are rolling in.
Yeah. And we've still got a lot of rough ground to get over before we're back to.
Yeah, I mean, right down in front of us is where we came up the river. So I think we'll follow this fence line down here. You can see a faint track, and at some point there's a track that turns right, goes back down to where we came from. Because I don't see any tracks going up this guy. It's a shame. I would actually like to be up there, but
there will be another day.
And the weather's just starting to turn. So we haven't even had lunch yet. Actually, we've been on the go for a few hours. And
I actually still feel really full from breakfast. That's even after giving half of it to the dog.
Yeah, that's true. You did. Well, I'm hungry anyway. Right. Let's crack on. And the question I would like to ask both of you that are watching.
Both of you.
Do we make smart choices in turning around, or were we wusses and we should have just hammered on, crossed the river, up to our knees in water, fast flowing water, well, ankles, fast flowing water, or we should have cracked on up through the bog, up around the long way. We've got our head torches, we'd be fine in the dark.
What would you have done?
Yeah, what would you have done? What's your opinion on that matter? I'd be interested to know. All right. So the two of you have your assignment. Let's get cracking. We'll go this way. Dog is very patient and very wet, so we better get going. All right, let's go. I've got no idea where she's going. We just came down to check out the ford just to make sure if by some miracle it's not suddenly easy to pass. You'll be pleased to know the water is no lower or higher than it was before. Here she comes. We are so wet. Both my feet, excuse me, both
so
my feet are sopping wet now, even with the gaiters. Shall we just go then?
Let's just go.
Great. After I've just forded all of this to check out the ford, because it is like fording, and now she's just like, yeah, come on, let's go. All right, come on, Stormy, let's go. And that up ahead is the Land Rover track.
Pardon?
Can't see that a minute too soon. I'll try that again.
Sorry.
What? What did you say?
Well, you have this habit of talking into the wind, you know.
I'm trying to talk into the microphone.
Lol.
I was just saying, and there's the Land Rover track, not a moment too soon. What? Anyway, we'll try that again, we'll cut all that out. There's the Land Rover track. I think we're both quite relieved to see it again. We're very wet, cold, and the weather's turning in, the wind's picking up. So,
But what a lovely day we've had.
yeah, it's been a lovely walk. You know, it's a shame we didn't summit anything, not even the plan B that we came up with. But it's been a really lovely walk. Regardless.
The scenery is beautiful, and we'll be happy to come back.
Oh yeah.
Like, just look at it. So pretty.
Maybe come back when everything's frozen,
Yeah.
so that we don't have to worry about bogs
Yeah.
as much. Or well, maybe rivers. We'll see.
Oh, look, there's the runners from this morning.
Oh, are they back?
Yeah.
Okay. I am maybe going to take a wee look to see if there is a bridge further down here.
Yeah.
Because that would be helpful to you if you want to come this way. But I don't see any tracks on the other side where you would get from that bridge up that way. But anyway, let's go. Okay, so we've just come back down to this cairn that we passed earlier.
Which we had noticed.
We had noticed.
Yeah.
And it goes down the gorge, and you can just
right
see
there, there's a
in the
bridge that
trees
goes
there is a
across.
bridge, and it's actually not that far. So if only we'd realised and turned around. But I don't think this one's on the map.
Let me just check.
Yep, this one is on the map.
Totally is.
So there we go.